Yeah, I guess we'll just like jump straight in. Whee! Yes, land down there. We can finally do this thing that we didn't do near the end of the last stream due to us not having much time. Upon departing for the Magna Glacius, several cutscenes will play in sequence. You should set aside sufficient time to view the scenes. You'll also be participating in battle and you'll have save points. Please note, if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out, your progress will be lost. Okay. Earlier... Huh. That's that track that plays when they go, woo! Oh, no, bad stuff.
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not the same you who fled.
Yeah, this is not great.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
Hell yeah, Gundam bits. Hell yeah.
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
I can handle this pair. You?
Shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
Very cool. In the coming battle, you will fight as Alpha
I'll
Node.
command the beast's attention. See to the wounded.
Restore HP, restore
Help is
HP,
at hand.
deals unexpected damage. Dot. Okay. I will give you all of the juice. Alright, time to do things that hurt. Thank you. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Those who can stand, come with me.
Well, there goes them.
Easy now.
It's
Deep
okay.
breaths.
It's okay. It's okay.
You're safe now.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Oh, hello, Estinian. Oh, that's scary. I will provide support. All of these moves look super cool. Uh-oh. It's gonna be a quick transition. Alright. Let's give you the assist. Yeah, it looks like I just have to, like, spam heal him. Okay. Oh, don't look. Alright, we're almost done. Uh-oh. Last second, this dude's like, I'm going real hard. Whew. You're streaming early. Queue times get worse as the day goes on, so my schedule's turned around.
Help! Someone, please!
What?
Did someone gift you a normal sleep schedule for Christmas? No, I woke up at 3 a.m. That thing's fucked up. I don't like it.
Don't. I don't want to die.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then?
I'm so excited for today.
Time
So much
enough to
peak
be
fiction's
obeyed.
gonna happen.
For once. We can speak of it more later.
For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride!
Of that I've no doubt.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army.
What the fuck was that? Oh good, it's oomphy.
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
Oh nice, they're giving us a bunch of sections of just play as the other characters. Gotta love that shit so much. Alright, let me look at your things. Alright, heal, increase magic damage. Deal unexpected damage to all. Okay, AoE. Okay. Combo and, okay. Sure. Okay, he's doing well. Yeah, he's just nuking him, Jesus. Alright, what else he got? Oh, probably this big guy. Ugh. Dope. Yeah, definitely need to heal. I forgot Graha can also do that. We're somewhat okay. Okay, it's been a while since we had these things. Please cure me. Yeah, all the stuff with Venat in that section was really good.
The air crackles with energy. Find cover.
That could have been rough.
As they say, turnabout's fair play.
Fuck him up. Woo! Good lord.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back. Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember.
Sorry about yesterday. My
From
time
Push.
estimation was fucked.
You
Don't worry
helped us there
about it.
too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palakar's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece.
Ow, my arm
You
hurts.
will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out!
Uh-oh. This goes hard. Feel free to screenshot. Yo, we're doing that trailer shot. Call me in! Oh, okay. Graha's good enough.
Get out of here! Quickly! I won't lose them. Not a one. This will be a brighter future. I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve.
You got this, cat husband.
Get it together, Alize. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of her as it is. You mustn't let Eorzea's hero fight alone.
Hey everybody, I made it. I was walking for a while. Just look around.
Oh.
This is why you should never skip your squats.
I can look after myself, you know.
Everything's in order, I trust?
Yeah. Everything I did earlier was fucking weird. Ah, I guess we can do this stuff.
I've had enough of this rabble. Come on!
trio for the ages.
Okay, stay calm and beat the shit out of them. This is so much easier now that I'm here.
Just the beginning.
Oof.
I had a feeling I'd find you.
Oh, it's nice to see you join us.
This should be the last of the worst troublemakers.
All the warriors. Yeah, this thing is really, really bulky. Ooh. Interesting way you shift. Too bad Dragoons with slippery slope to cuck. Incorrect. Alright, this guy's a little wacky. That'll do it.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Sharlayan is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusts... Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread.
Sorry,
I
my
cannot
controller
promise
moved.
complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to old Sharlayan, please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
It seems they've a new destination.
Can't believe KZ skips dialogue. Soon I'm gonna skip you being here. Boom! Bada boom!
The people of
Bada bing!
Radzatan have known too
Boom!
much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
Ah? It never gets better.
More of them.
Oh, hello.
Xenos! Here!
You just hanging out for fun?
You'll be alright. Hurry to the airship.
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is, and has ever been, my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine, yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust. So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
It's like you still don't care.
All you care about.
Damn it.
Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and blood, lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing! You slaughtered your countrymen! You did! For what?
For nothing, in the end. So much wasted effort.
It was all for like the first trial, which is kind of fucked up.
You bastard!
For your own sake, Eulus, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
No.
What?
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends? Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone. Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos! Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
So true, bestie.
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish. Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scions' methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, it is only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
He's like, he can't do that. He's too small. To see Zena standing there, so uncaring and unrepentant gods, I don't know what came over me. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind. It would just happen to be really profound and cool and shit. Anyway, good to see you. Oh, excuse me. Did that just go spion? Spion.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuneau Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Ah, here we are. Yeah, we hitched a ride and we're back here now. That's good. Let me see here. Yo, what's up, Arianje? Return to the main hall of the Baldessian Annex. Okay, if I have to. The nerve of them placing me so far back. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I was fucking prepping it for a bit there. That was important. We were pre-gaming. Yes, please. Not that I'm complaining, but I wasn't expecting to see you. In extolling the virtues of Aetherius, I did inadvertently awaken the Loporrits a desire to... Oh, okay. Carl tells us you've obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. Because you're the one that gets everything done. Yeah, I've learned a lot. It was important. I went in this place. There were some people there. We did a dungeon, and I learned about the source of everything bad ever. Then this dynamis is what drives the final days. If it and Akasha are one and the same, this proves Nidana's theory, where an entity through sheer force of emotion to channel this vast, dormant reservoir into a raging river, its power might surpass even that of ether. But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Medion, or rather the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she has been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred, drawn from every corner of the universe, all for the single purpose of the destruction of Aetherius. That our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim: defeat Medion. You make it sound very simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Medion and deliver the world from the final days. But there are two conditions. We gotta find her location. Before she escaped, an enchantment was placed on her by Vanat, the woman who would become Hydaelyn. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, so we cannot assume that our Hydaelyn and the Vena you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager Hydaelyn possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share it with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetherius, not to stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Medion? The Vanat I know would never give up. That's my impression too, otherwise she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will or provided clues such as the flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So what's the second condition? We must find a means to reach it. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. Then communicating with Heidelin, you know. Did you and Master Batoya have any luck with your investigation in the Ethereal Sea? No. We enlisted the Hell of Air involved, and other Echo-blessed allies couldn't detect so much as a whisper. Batoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Heidelin. Most likely some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea, built closer to home. Your presence is required in the rostra. The forum is in session, and as such, the roster is closed to visitors. You literally told me to come over here. Oh, shit. Okay. I guess I'll just wait. Cool bunny crotch.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter.
Here we're coming.
On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glacies. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzat Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
We talk on Discord.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
we would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scions' terms? "71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Sorry about, all that. We require means of commuting with Heidelin and reaching Meteon. Okay, well that would solve some of our problems. Okay, Daddy, give me quest. I'll take you to the Ether Burner. Meet me outside the Archeon. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I figured this would be the next area, because we haven't discovered the second half of this place. Hello, Fortunaut. Step inside and have Ophaline take you to the medical circuit. Okay. You wish to use the lift? Yes, of course. Take me. Taking to the it's the medial circuit, not medical. See, I defaulted to medical because they weren't using a real word, so my brain had to default to something. Never mind. It can wait. Let's attend to another matter. Yo, the horse. Oh yeah, my digital deluxe pre-order went off since we're actually at the launch of the expansion now. Yeah, they really put this shit out of the way. Yeah, you get the shit minions since you already got dip. We're to wait here until Father arranges things. Here being Logistic and Alpha, where the atmospheric conditions of Labyrinthos are regulated. By manipulating temperature and air circulation, they can create ideal environment for growth and preservation of biological samples. How do you know so much about it? Father brought me here as a child. And left me behind? Actually, you're the one that left me behind when you went off somewhere with Grandfather. Night before, I'd been asking Father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. It's too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world, to grow inured to the wondrous. But having gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms employed by the Loporrits in recreating a similar environment, I've come to view such processes in a new light. The subterranean gardens of Labyrinthos, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient Zodiarch, the habitations built for all mankind beneath the moon's surface, each unique yet undeniably similar. 'Tis no mere coincidence. Ever since Heidelin unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits Aetheris, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthos. It's also a testing ground for the technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. The Loporrits have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable. That is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. Alas, time is not on our side. Arrange for you to enter the Central Circuit. It's where most of our preparations for the Great Exodus are carried out, the construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to said restrictions and will have free reign. Hey. Oh, Of course they are. Of course they are.
This is not the Game Awards.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Chad, how you doing? We're just chilling out. Apparently our ISP has arrived now. So at any moment, shit could in fact explode. At least when the VODs of this come out on YouTube, I will find some way to not make this a mess. I will unmess it in editing. Which means me in the future is like, I assumed it would be high octane action all the time, but man, did the quiet parts so well in between. Yeah, I can see some people trying to criticize them a little bit, but I feel like them having so many quiet parts here does really well to ensure that the later parts hit really well. Stormblood tried to smash two concepts into each other and didn't really give them enough time to breathe. This feels like it's giving every single zone and aspect a lot of time to breathe here, which I really appreciate. We're just gonna go ahead and get the Aetheryte now, before I forget, because boy did that take a minute. Cold dog. Ow. Alright, we can head down now. We can actually continue the quest. For people who just came in, we're trying to figure out some way to improve the moon's like engine stuff to make it more efficient for travel. In exchange, Charlene will help us talk to Crystal Mommy, and also potentially let us use that moon to travel to go beat the game. Let's see. Apparently 14's gonna go down for maintenance this Wednesday morning for 4 hours. That makes sense. It's been hopefully they can make it so that people can actually like wait in queues and not have to worry about the thing exploding. Because if they do that you know, there'll be less to complain about, right? If you don't have to worry about getting a 2002 error when logging in, then they've effectively fixed their biggest problem. Because the issue of, you know, too many people in the server and they need to fix that, that's a thing that's currently impossible to fix. But the errors, they could probably fix that.
I could swap around. No, been there, done that. Down there, lost my eyebrows.
Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, masterful, you know, what a pleasant surprise.
Wow!
We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the ether burner conundrum.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb. But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
He's having a rough time.
Hast thou consulted with the Loporrits?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the Queen. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut?
Let's see. You want me to go and fetch the Watsons?
That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward. This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
I need people to do the boring quest that we want.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-Sword expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking. And I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
You don't have to come.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
I've always been a great big fan of any scene that's like, hey, can we call in some help from literally every location we've been to ever? It's times like these we're reminded how famous or infamous Alphinaud has become. Who'd have thought he could achieve such with a single call? As we're expecting a lot of visitors, I'd best return to the surface to inform relevant parties. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. You'll find out. Okay. Speed. Meanwhile, in Ul'dah. Ah, land of the Smalls.
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Thea-guys, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
Very pleased that Phil also woke up in the morning and found that the queue worked.
Zimberg will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade, clear the way.
Man, Nanamo, your hips are huge.
Lord Loporrits, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it.
Yo, this remix.
The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Ul'dah's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to
He is from the coils. Yeah, it's been forever.
Did we not learn one simple
I finally got. I think I got walled on T9. This is before Heaven's Word came out. Our free company just couldn't do it.
That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Ul'dah will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ul'Namo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Meanwhile, the Black Shroud's doing it.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Alright, sure.
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
Sure, punch some rocks.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiency so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
Hell yeah. Shout to Poppy Limo. Fucking Giga Chad. Yeah, I only found Lise especially boring when she was the main focus. If she's like a side character that shows up, I tend to not really care that much.
We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already... That was a roar. A dragon's roar.
Meanwhile, in the Ruby Sea,
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honorable Lord Loporrito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid.
oh Lord, you coming.
Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
Everybody's just getting to work. Alpha knows resisting the urge to pat himself on the back. That is true. He has spurned the whole world. Though our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we might be of service? I've already done more than enough. If I had to say, though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about Allagan technology. Yeah, you, lad with the red eyes and matching hair, you seem to know more than the average scholar. True, he's got those eyes. Huh, if only Master Cockle knew how right he was, while he and Graha established a rapport. Why don't we help with the preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of arrangement. but I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse. If nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Thank you, Red Star. Appreciate it. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers. If you've a mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlie and Hamlet is lousy with researchers and scholarly types busying themselves preparing for the Exodus. Ha! That lot need all the help they can get. Alright, well, let's get going. I believe we got, like, yeah, we got a chest armor coffer. Could probably stand to dye this in some way. Yeah, I'll go for black. Yeah, we could rock something like this for now. Okay. How dare, it's just a bush, you bastards. Let me in. Yeah, apparently there's an opening over here. Okay. Not you. You. Hello. A lot of people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration. Start asking around. Let's meet by the Aetherite once our work is done. As I try to infiltrate this bubble of quest objectives. Working on the ether burner. Oh damn! Here things have come to a standstill. Since no one will cross, I misplace a few legumes or what have you. Horns got enough on their plate. My heart goes out to Master Farshinal. Yo, what's up, Steady Current? What a great name. They're like, we'll keep on working, we'll do it. Now, where's this third person? I'm gonna guess in here, given someone popped out over here. Yep. Offering help, that's kind, but I should be able to organize the rest of the documents myself. It's mostly a list of things we'll need once we arrive on the moon. Here there are lunar collaborators that come down to assist. Looking forward to finally meeting them in person. Not even the slightest idea what they'll look like. I do hope they're not enormous looming giants, while I'd much prefer something small or fluffy, like a behatted rabbit that ran by. It's like you won the fucking lottery. Fancy meeting you here, Reyna. Our friends at the forum brought us to see their teeny tiny toy boat. Okay. What we're really interested in is Etheris itself, though we now find ourselves in sort of a funny underground miniaturized version of it. Whoever in the forum would give us a guide tour, but it appears they're rather preoccupied. We'll have to show ourselves around. At least that's what we're planning to do until we chance upon Oriange and your good self. Yo, I'm gonna win pants. A tour of Labyrinthos. Unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Given the similarities betwixt this artificial environment and Bestway's burrow, it'd be in our best interest to have Loporrits acquaint themselves with those conditions deemed optimal by their Charlene collaborators. Continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing rather than broadening. Perhaps that better suited to lead it. True, they need more than just Oriange to be like, hey, check this thing out. There's Singing Way. Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features. Important features. Observe the mushroom-like thing. This looks like the trees in Greatest Endsvale. Bit of a strange shape. Then at the bottom big, round at the top, quite tall. That's where they store the water. A little hard to see with the golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks. I can see that window through another at the bottom. Oh, this is for purifying the water. And then we have the tube. Is that water I hear from inside the big tube? Must be because of the cogs and that gigantic wheel at the top. Oh, I see. That's how they drop the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside it. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water being drawn from underground, presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in the tower, before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right? I knew it. A design brilliant in its simplicity, I dare say it would take only a moment to install, even in the harshest of environments. For us Loporrits, that is. Yeah, everybody needs water. We have read, however, that people in Aethera sometimes make their homes in arid deserts. How are they able to survive? Many settlements in Thanaland are built near an oasis. So, wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. We can provide enough water to keep them from dying out completely, but it appeared they rely on it far more than we anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order once we've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain their water in the first place. Alphanode spoke of the machinery responsible for that feat during our journey through Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Loporrits will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel. We cannot help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big nasty teeth lurking behind the safe confines of the settlement. Were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dare to think what would become of us. Regrettably, too many a hungry predator with the aforementioned big nasty teeth. Loporrits may appear a potential or rather appetizing source of sustenance. Help them get safe passage. If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along to the water extraction, Watson. Let's see. Go to an area and then punch things in the face. My favorite. Beat him to the beast. I'll think about it. You are so rude. Done. Are they considering me in combat? I guess we're just running this way. Fuck it. Oh yeah, we gotta go in through that entrance over there. Ah, here we go. My mouth's been cured of its shyness. I bid you welcome to Logisticon Alpha. Oh, we'll take the lift. Oh yeah, we like talked to you. For some reason my brain went, the door won't open. Yeah, we're still live. We had multiple connection issues, but we had technicians out and they identified the problem in the neighborhood and brought an end to all forms of hell. Yo, what's up, Cooking Way? Speaking Cooking Way, I have them accompany you. I mean, sure. I will do that as we make our way backward. I hit 90 at this point, so all experience was wasted on me. Say it. Well, clearly you have to maximize your experience gain. Switch to an older job. Grind yourself all the way to what you assume the rest of the story is. And then continue on. That's a joke. Someone probably takes that seriously and went, I did that. I did that and I melted. And I'm like, good for you, man. You joke, but a friend of mine did that. Yeah, of course. We call this the Sigma grind set, yes. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge to be willing to part with a few samples. Okay. Let's help Cooking Way out with this whole thing. What a fine mess this is. Hello. Ah, it's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I'd show you around, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the Exodus. And I'm not the only one. It's all so sudden, so unreal. Don't you want to go to the moon? Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us, but no matter how carefully it's planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive in the new environment, so many species doomed to extinction. So that's not what you came to talk about, right? Nothing quite so dire. We wanted to try some produce. Oh, okay, go ahead. MSQ gives a lot of experience, hell yeah. Looking forward to once we hit 90 and then I'll do the role quest. Oh yeah, I should just go in here and equip the new stuff. Alright, not bad. I was told that the role quest is how you get dyeable artifact gear. So is that just going to be a thing where you finish the 90 and then they just give you a full set? Is that how that's going to work? Like what, a description of how that's going to happen, I would appreciate. What will you say? I'd brave an erupting volcano for a choice bunch. Yeah, that's where I'm at, man. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that. Role quest literally just unlock the ability to dye it. Okay, I've never gotten dyeable artifact gear before. I remember trying to do something like that in a Realm Reborn, and all I remember about it is that it was a pain in the ass. So I maybe did one piece and then never again. You buy from a vendor and they give it to you at 89. Rather, you can scale down to 89. 90 role quest just dyes it. Okay, so I'll do the 90 role quest and then I'll have the ability to dye my gear that I get. Okay. That seems to be my understanding now. Because I did pick up dyes. Don't worry, I know that raw things will happen. We're closing in. We're almost at 89. I care about like 99% everything happening in this expansion, but I can say with confidence, I really don't care what Cooking Way cares about, has to say about food. In any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than taste. It's so hard and flavorless. Yeah, it's bad. Yuck, yuck, yuck. You find it an awful bother. Cooking is a joy unto itself. You cook something, it's like home, and then you eat it, and it's good. It's exclusively raw from here on, except Cooking Way. I'm like, hey, this is important. Also, this part's a really good payoff for the stuff you did on the moon, where you spent some time on the moon, and you're like, they're doing everything the best they can based on books, but now they actually have a chance to like see what it's like for, you know, us and how we live, the food that we eat. So it becomes this thing where, you know, the Loporrits can gain some level of understanding. So I feel like this comes together pretty well. That we're building toward the moment where we fix these problems and then we can gain access to all the cool shit. We still haven't hit the second trial yet. I'm gonna shit my pants. Yeah, I'm just saying in general because I know there's some people that don't like slow parts. This is good. I put it in my mouth. I chewed it. It was good. I know we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the form agonized over what was worth preserving and what will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must. Thinking about flora and fauna, this is kind of like fucked up, where you're in this moment where you basically determine what types of plants are just gonna exist from here on. Because you can't take all of them. It's like, alright, this type of thing that we saw we'll just never see again. Once the civilizations fulfill basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. Therein lies its folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal. It's the paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilization since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. Yeah, you're definitely something that was, you're definitely a being created by Heidelin, alright. Pardon my Eorzean, but what in the seven hells are you on about? And who are you anyway? Cooking Way. I'm here to prepare for the trip to the moon. And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. Halo Infinite's campaign's out tomorrow, and I completely forgot because of Endwalker. Like, I knew because it's, like, my job to, like, play shit. So I might play that tomorrow, we'll see. It depends how we do on today, because of course this is a priority. I know Dan and Bob shall be doing the campaign on their own stream tomorrow. Thankfully the internet was fixed so they can do a launch day stream. We were already in this moment where it's like they might have to do it on Friday because of our internet issues. But thankfully things have settled. It's really good to be able to track exactly where Feel is in the story of Endwalker by just a tweet that's just manlit Graha. Fucking baby man. Hold up. And this door doesn't open, I'm sure of that, right? No, it does. I was scared. I was like, if that door doesn't open, what do I do? Sorry. That was most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any places framed for their cuisine? The Far East has oodles and noodles. I'm sorry, I'm not giving Limps and Laments a fucking a bonus here. I feel like the Far East cultures deserve to be represented in the future. Sage Council. Urianger appears to be tallying the Loporrits in preparation for an immediate departure. I trust thy time at Marial Argonomics did bear fruit. Our own efforts, too, were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them and us for a fortnight. Alas, time's of the essence. Let's return to the Charlian Hamlet forthwith. Oh, hold up. I did that thing where I kicked the USB that the capture card's doing shit on, and then I fucking... Oh, fuck, it's dead. That's it, chat. It's over. Ladies and gentlemen, we never saw him again. Never in my wildest dreams did I hope that we would just never see it again, but there it is. In a flash, it died. Never to be seen. Never to be seen again. This is a bit. I'm just going over here to plug it in. I like I was able to immediately identify it. Back to the queue. We're still in the game. There we go. I just had to plug in the capture card again. Don't worry. Anyway. Alright, let's go. Yes, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for a theorist that launches an alpha, that's why. Are all your forests like that? The Black Shroud's quite leafy indeed, and a place of utmost tranquility. Well, let's not talk about the Black Shroud in 1.0, though. That shit's fucked up. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. Gasp, I say. I thought I heard tiny voices. Ah, it is you. Was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption, despite news of the coming end. Doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware a single error could be the difference between life and death. And we can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not, though aided by our goodly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden. Me be of use to people? I'm honored you would think me capable. I'm not sure I'm up for the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in thee. It can't hurt to try. I passed some Past someone moping in the Western Plaza looked to be in need of a helping paw. Maybe you want to start with him? We shall go this way in search of the person. If they are not in here, we will go to the back. Burden shares, burden ease. What's wrong? What's the problem? What's the problem? I'm an engineer on what they say of the ship. That's some decades of ingenuity. It's all true, but I know none of that's a guarantee. We never before launched a starfaring vessel. All the tests have been on the ground. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. Thought the Aether Burner's design was flawless too, and look how that turned out. There's a lot of anxiety. Maybe you can tell me there are any aspects of the design you're especially worried about. Our ability to walk about and perform tasks for one, I've devised a means by which to employ gravity. Spatio-temporal spell to regulate the environment. What if it's not strong enough? What if everybody floats away? It could be real bad. Every time I think you're gonna stop. No, I just had internet problems. It's the only reason we slowed down earlier. If Thagrid's tale be true, others would benefit from insights. Might it prevail upon the Loporrits to attend them? An excellent idea. Okay, let's see if we can help cheer people up. After how bad you got fucked, I wouldn't blame you. No, my desire to play the game never really stops. So I'm like, we gotta keep going. What am I thinking about? The medical facilities on the ship. Crew for the move. Why did I not think of that? This one's beyond help. Only sleep can save her now. That's it. That's it. She's fucking out of here. Yes, you idiot. Have you seen an envelope? I need my envelope. Unless your friends have a spell to make me remember where I dropped my envelope, I think it's fucked. It would be unfortunate for all involved to inflict this man upon the Loporrits. My face was wrong. Ow. Perhaps I'm a bit tense. Including the Loporrits in our discussion is a wonderful idea. Consult our collaborators. I suppose that'd be more effective than sitting here brooding. Perhaps our lunar associates will have more insight to how weight constitutes too much weight for our purposes. How might I help you? Can the rabbits do something? They're fucking bored. Oh, okay. You planning on finishing today or stopping before when you get to the final zone? I'm just gonna keep going until I'm tired for today. So we'll be going for a while. I don't want to make any promises or anything. We're just jumping in. Yeah, I was about to say, are you gonna have an icon at all? No? Okay. I've realized that they have people that don't even progress the quest, so I'm not gonna read literally any of these anymore. I've hit that moment, chat, where I'm like, not for this objective. This quest is like, find 8 people. I'm like, you're asking a little much for me here. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense to have one of these objectives have like a shit ton of people on it. Like, I can understand that. Kind of shows that you're like not just talking to 2 people. Kind of has a bit more. Has a bit more legitimacy to it, I guess. But I'm not gonna read them. Okay, we know there's one behind us, so let's get this one here. There's a reason for it. I mean, all of it, even on his face now, I can see the logic in it. Nino's like, Drive, can't wait to see how PM fuck this up later. He would never. I feel like once we reach like the super climax of this game, or we close into a part I'm comfortable with, I'm gonna like take us out of sub-only mode and then swap us to emote-only mode to make the chat truly just a den of garbage. Do it, embrace chaos. Because whenever we hit dungeons and trials in this, I'm almost never looking at the chat. Like, anyway. So it's not like chat's gonna give me advice and it's not gonna like help me. Because I'll be like, I'll never be looking at it. So It'll just become this thing of like, maybe I'll be promoting it. I'll promote it like that. Fucking Ultra Train. Let's go, baby. Love Demets. You're having a small stroke, sir. The true ultimate challenge, find the final available dude. We have been in the main square before. And I have gone out from that exit before too. This is already kind of a mess. Frog. Frog. Yeah, you're calm, so you don't actually have issues. Now they marked this circle like this, implying that there'd be something here. But there's nothing. Yeah, all the guys are in town. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I mean, no, I'm happy for him. Ah, you're despondent. That's good. I'm really happy for you. Ah, okay. They should end the quest right now and give me 3 million experience. The level cap is in fact 90. Once you've get access to Endwalker, they up the cap by 10. Smile. Hello.
Phew! Oh, finally some rest. Why, I haven't spoken so much in, well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that, were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget.
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Wilson and Blovida, Sharlayan's foremost researchers in the field of
Oh
teleportation.
yeah, hot boy.
And Moonbreeder's parents.
It hath been some time. Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
Arthur, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while. Arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought.
Big
But
thinking.
from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy, our daughter, trusted and believed in more than anyone, grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder, she was important to him, wasn't she?
Yeah.
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
Yeah, it's always good to see Urianger get more stuff throughout. He's really is one of, if not the best. I have a big car. Okay, let's go. Only one more left. Okay, we're apparently gonna go check in on Alize. Ah, she's up. Rip Leafs. It's okay. She voluntarily left the Scions, so it doesn't matter. It's okay. She wasn't even technically a Scion. The Scion I remember, his name was Ida. Stolen valor. Hello, I'm here to talk to you because they told me to. Deliver the samples. You have 3 minutes. I got this. I shall travel across this rainy area with one big box. Have you read the side story about how Ida died for 4 Dola? Makes me sad. Oh man, I did not know that. That's funny as shit. I tried to come up with real world comparisons for that, and all of them were fucked up. So I'm not gonna say them out loud. Thank you. How'd you come to be involved in this? I don't know. I went over there. Fordorla hasn't appeared yet. Apparently, she's a part of the role quest for healers. Once again, I win. That should be everything. Lighter than they look. Don't worry about it. Tanks get the worst. We get Connie Senna. My favorite string of tweets is like a 2-tweet thing of Vince going, "Oh fuck," and the roll quest is making me care about Connie Senna. Uh-oh. Next reply, "Never mind, fuck these tree people." Like, they said that, I'm like, oh man, they must be really doing something. And then it's like, ah, never mind. It's like, whatever. A 10 can be a 10 and still have characters I don't care about. And I won't immediately go, oh no, they're here, I'm mad. Because, you know. Because then you kind of look like a fucking caveman. Yo, shout out to this cactuar. Look at him. Caster stuff had based Aymeric, and that was great. Yeah, that's basically the win. The win is whoever gets to hang out with Aymeric. Here you go. The Exodus is without doubt the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum. At its heart, however, Sharlayan has ever been a nation of the curious. 'Twould be a tragedy indeed if we were the ones to stymie our pursuit of truth. Or your pursuit of truth, rather. Yoink! Lord Hien is base too. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's up there. Yeah. But Aymeric has some really good benefits in the fact that I want to give him a kiss on the lips. You both have my thanks and my apologies for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe, you struggled out of your swaddling clothes and... Please don't do that. I'm getting real tired of you. Known your father for so long, I must have something. As you know, part of why the Levelier name garners such respect is your family's storied history. You too can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard Neumkrup's Hope, lineage few can claim. It's traditionally been a point of pride. This is why Neumkrup's pronouncement, renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason, has ever been our family's creed. Until your grandfather's time, Archon Louis Sois, looked not to Neumkrup's words but his deeds. He asserted, in defiance of his peers, that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was the true mark of the founder's virtue. There will ever be conflict and calamity will follow, thus to ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. You remember his words well. No one loved and admired your grandfather more than his son. Yet, Fortunal could not reconcile Louisoix's deeds with the philosophy of their forebears and his peers, philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a pariah of his father. Fortunal agonized over this contradiction for much of his life. A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. Is not always thus? Gods know Fortunal's a cranky old goat, but I'm sure you butt heads often enough, yet even so you must know you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day. You should have seen him when you were born. Barely recognizable, he was. With a kind of dumbfounded grin I'd not seen since he first took a fancy to your mother. Practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loved you to an embarrassing degree. I mean, I kind of assumed once I realized that Charlene was gathering materials for the space thing. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that kind of locks everything up pretty nice and clean. Hello, lady. Oh. Thank you for your insight. When next we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Hey, we got gloves. Thank you for the gloves. Hello? Oh, what's up? What's up, cat husband? How you doing? He sent me on a task that requires more than a single pair of hands, and here you are. Could use at least one of you. Okay. Alpha Node should go ahead and do that. I guess I'm doing that instead of you guys. That's great. Glad to be able to catch a stream for once. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute. Let's pop some hand gear. See what we got. Okay, yeah, that lets us actually use the sleeves a little bit. Okay, that's nice. Once forged. Let's see here. In the event that our, and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right out of the bloody sky and into my lap, Master Cockle wishes to be ready to put the proverbial hammer to anvil at a moment's notice. To fabricate these parts, he needs flames in Cockle's forge to burn hotter. He sent me to increase the amount of ether being funneled to his furnaces. The flow of fire, aspected ether, and labyrinthos is regulated by an elemental reactor south of here, to which I'd borrowed the key. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I didn't attune to this shit. Hold on. There we go. Looking at this, yeah, we should be wrapping up this area soon. As we're exploring the remaining chunks of the map. The reactor is housed within this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and adjust the fire ether output. When I do, a rather large amount of water aspected ether will issue from the vent, but at the top. I expect it to attract at least a few elementals, which we would both rather not be drawn into that. Okay, so I just fight elementals that pop up while you do this. Alright, let's fuck you up. Ah, nice, more. Ah, we have 2 of you now. That'll do it. Okay. Survey the area again. Ah, okay. I didn't see the sparkles on over the other people. Water ether seems to be venting properly. I expect Cockle's seen a difference in his forge flames by the time I return. Since I have you, there is another matter. Nothing terribly important, merely something I've been considering. Part of this, I share with everyone, yet you and only you have been to help us. As we've established, refined adamantite is a product of Alec, of the Empire's twilight years. It was a material which saw much use as part of the Allagan's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of the world, Dalamud, of course, being the most prominent. Of those who would push further, expand Alleg's empire to encompass the heavens and stars above, perhaps the greatest was this infamous technologist Amon. Amon wanted to travel the Sea of Stars? He did. Must have had his own reasons, however. There's no evidence to suggest he retained memories of his life as the ancient Hermes. He only joined the Ascians once the Empire was all but dust, as you know. If not his memory, though, what drove him to pursue the idea with such fervor? This may seem far-fetched, but what if souls like mine have a personality, so to speak, a natural disposition toward which they're inclined? We know with relative certainty that it was the gross decadence and inexorable decline of Alec that moved Amon to resurrect Zand. The Empire's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. In facilitating Zand's return, Amon provided these languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mire of their own indolence. Or would have not Zand been convinced by his own death of like blah 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 blah. Amon's desire for this game somehow has the fastest auto advance for text I've ever seen, where I'm like, it matches my natural reading level. It's kind of fucking crazy. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's crazy. Ultimately, it's the consequences of their actions which matter. Their motives are of no moment. To reach those stars on wings of adamantite, to travel to the ends of creation and beyond, the promise of hope everlasting, that much I do understand. But enough musing for now. Why don't we see how Cockle's getting on? Let's see how he's getting off. Boom! It's because his name has cock in it. Boom. I nailed it. I know there's an aether current there, but I'm good. Pretty sure you can adjust it. Oh, okay. Because, boys, it goes at a decent speed. It's about where I'm at in terms of reading, so I'm not used to it being, like, on pace like that. Usually there's, like, I find myself having to wait more. Ooh, I can feel those flames ablazing. Good job. I do trust you to deliver on your promise. I do, only I hate waiting. I want it now. We share your impatience. Is there truly nothing we can do to assist? I wish. The sentence about is unbearable. Suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll have one more look to make sure nothing's gone wrong. It's funny they gave so much to him because I remember Mona on a podcast a long time ago when the lore books came out and said, yeah, it's got tons of shit, even an entry about this guy from one of the raids. Who the fuck's gonna give a shit about him on? All I know is that he has a cool hat. That's real good. And then they're like, he has the coolest hat of all time. He's got like a mask. It's all good. I'll be right back though. I believe my food's arrived. Chat. Okay, back to it. Our goal's over here. Oh, it's another wait at the destination. Oh, no wonder I can't see it. There's 85 people here.
All set, I take it?
Yes.
We finished what we could. Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals. Trivial tasks as they may be.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
Our consultations with the Loporrits, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have, for the most part, been allayed, though some insist on making adjustments to the very end. For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Cryle.
Oi!
Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbour at once.
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Fancy.
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbour. Your presence is requested, with all speed.
Now, where might this delivery be? Oh.
I'm sure it's very important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
By the 12! Surely, these can't all be.
The entire squad is here.
Bleeding hellfire! They're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates.
Yeah, I do enjoy Smash.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
Sounds like the sorry whinging of a sore loser. An hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalamud shard.
I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance. I played a vital role in keeping a lookout whilst our expeditionary forces secured the adamantite.
Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
Take that back.
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
My.
You didn't do the pirate side raid, because if you did, they will fly there instead of the knights. Oh, okay. I don't think I did the last tier of it. I think that's why I did this. We're doing a lot of that alliance raid.
To be presented with best wishes from
Please ignore all the side content that I probably got a chunk done but didn't finish. Please ignore it.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of the Kojin. Upon learning of your need, Bunchin bade me deliver it on behalf of the Blue with all haste. Fearing I could not swim here with the necessary speed, however, I thought to beg our Confederate allies for aid. To my delight, Hancock was already preparing for departure at the self-same port, and had space for additional cargo.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino. Lord Loporrito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldenard Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
We funded the venture? When?
Don't let the name fool you. This coin keeper knows a thing or two about spending.
Ah, it's our money woman.
When it comes to capital,
Oh no, I didn't do Omega at all.
A sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount.
I'll end up looking at. I'll probably watch someone stream,
We also have the benefit of a generous
so I'll see the
patron.
full thing later.
Generous being rather an understatement.
So I don't really need to know
She
about extras.
has
I'll see them later.
supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. We even had coffers to fill.
Mother!
Millions.
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our
The
family
Scions have been
coffers
being
would need
funded
to
by
stay
their fucking mom.
We can hardly take them with us on your teeny tiny toy boat, now can we? And would be a shame to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent. Waste not.
I'm losing my mind.
However did you manage so much in so short a time then? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies.
Did I not tell you I have my ways?
Aaronville should be a Scion. I love this guy.
I received a letter from Cryle after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlie. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have, and I bear you no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions.
We
that
also
they would
have
be less
a
demanding taskmasters. Though, rest
absurdly high average of white-haired Scions, so I think we need some variety in here.
To make a long story short, the whole of the guild ship cooperated to ensure your call was heard far and wide.
Yo!
What's this about a ship that can fly to the moon?
I've been waiting all MSQ for my favorite boys.
The one time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
Sid, you brought the team.
Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new...
I always think about a comic where they're like, anytime Sid shows up in a side quest, it's always him going, "You winning, son?"
We've also brought adamantite from Mordona's Dalamud shard. I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kryl's message. So few Scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition. However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshires, treasure hunters, not least among them.
I don't need to know about every single thing on this chat. It's okay.
The Gobbyflock fought. Slowfix's gratitude for the safe return of his daughter has not waned.
and he gathered his kin to our side with an astounding quickness. The clash between their machina and the Allagan defences was a sight to behold. I wager even you would have been impressed by the magnitude of the gobby boons.
Yeah, of course I get the fucking Alexander line. It's still the best in the biz, I'm sorry.
Fascinating as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here.
Omega be like, we got Kefka, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but you don't have Alexander. You don't have brute justice. You don't got those tracks go hard.
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you.
Bow.
Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Summer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere. Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent.
Ooh.
Ashdaya's answer was silence, as ever. Tiamat and Chrisvelgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion.
Hell yeah.
My sire, too.
We fuck
gave
with
his
Chrisvelgre.
assent. Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself in.
Fuck me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again. Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding percent.
Nailed
Think
it.
of how far we could go. What we could do with that much power. What we could blow up.
I love this guy.
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the Scions' end of the bargain has been fulfilled. Would you not agree?
Thank you, Losky, for the 51.
Yes, Father?
It's a long scene.
I know not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it. The lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Then I will bear it with you.
Hell yeah.
I beg you, share your struggles with me. as family. You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. 'Twas love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming, and a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great exodus would succeed, must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. If anything gave me pause, 'twas mine own father. The Archon Louisois openly decried Charlian's policies, a perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool, perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children.
Best he could do was shoulder check a giant dragon, but that was sick though, don't worry about it.
But stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart. No, that was his doing, when he perished at Cartano. As we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail, I would suffer it, and more, and be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream. You have earned the right to walk your own path, and already begun to do so.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures. Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to?
Amelians. Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well. I assumed that it was the Scions' influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger. Yours, in particular.
Oops.
I see now that said influence instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today. In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
If we finish loitering about the harbor, might I suggest we put our plans into motion? People are beginning to look confused.
Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You've no small number of friends and admirers here, after all.
Hello everyone. You may remember me from such things as carrying everyone. I do that all the time. With me! Give me all of your money! All of it!
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.